Flea treatment is one of the scariest aisles in pet care because the packages look tiny, the prices look rude, and the consequences can be very real. One box says fast relief, another says 30-day protection, another says kills eggs, another says waterproof, another says natural. And somewhere in the middle of all this, your cat is scratching like they are trying to solve a math problem with their back foot. Today we are looking at cat flea treatment traps that can rob you blind and the options worth discussing with your veterinarian. Important rule before we start: this video is not medical advice and it is not a prescription. Flea and tick products depend on your cat's age, weight, health, other pets in the house, local parasites, and sometimes prescription rules. Always read the label and talk to your veterinarian, especially for kittens, seniors, pregnant cats, sick cats, or cats on medication. And here is the biggest safety rule of the entire video. Never use a dog flea product on a cat unless a veterinarian specifically tells you it is safe for cats. Dog products can contain ingredients that are dangerous to cats. The bargain is not a bargain if it turns into an emergency. Trap number 1 is the dog product shortcut. This is the worst kind of money trap because it can look logical. The dog treatment is in the house. The cat has fleas. The dog box says kills fleas. The tube looks similar. Maybe the dose can be smaller? No, do not freestyle chemistry on a cat. Cats are not tiny dogs wearing suspicious pajamas. They process some chemicals differently. Certain dog flea and tick products, especially products with permethrin or dog-only labeling, can be toxic to cats. Even contact with a recently treated dog can be a problem in some situations. So the first rule is simple: species matters, weight matters, age matters, label matters. If the box says dogs, it is not for your cat. If the dose is for a different weight class, it is not a guessing game. If you cannot tell, do not use it. The robbery here is not just money, it is panic. One wrong product can take a normal flea problem and turn it into a vet emergency. Trap number 2 is the flea shampoo fantasy. Flea shampoo feels satisfying because you can see something happening. You wet the cat, regret your life choices, apply shampoo, and imagine every flea packing a tiny suitcase. The problem is that shampoo is usually not a complete prevention plan. It may kill some fleas on the cat at that moment, depending on the product, but it does not automatically protect the cat for the next month. It does not solve eggs and larvae hiding in the home, and it may be stressful for the cat. Also, bathing a cat is not a small event. It is a weather system with claws. Some cats tolerate baths. Some need medicated bathing under veterinary advice. But buying flea shampoo as the whole solution can rob you, because fleas do not live only on the cat. A flea problem is a household problem. Adult fleas on the cat are only part of the story. Eggs, larvae, and pupae can be in bedding, rugs, cracks, and favorite sleeping spots. If you shampoo the cat and ignore the home, you may feel productive while the next generation of fleas is already waiting like they reserved seats. Trap number 3 is the natural essential oil miracle spray. Natural sounds safe, gentle sounds safe, plant-based sounds safe, but cats are not little aromatherapy diffusers with tails. Some natural products may be fine when properly formulated and labeled for cats, but essential oils and homemade flea remedies can be risky. Cats are sensitive to many substances, and natural does not automatically mean safe. Poison ivy is natural. So is a cactus. Nature is not automatically your customer service department. The emotional hook is powerful. Owners do not want harsh chemicals. They want a gentle solution. That is understandable, but the safety test is not whether the label feels clean. The safety test is whether the product is specifically labeled for cats, used exactly as directed, and appropriate for your cat. If a remedy comes from a random comment section and includes kitchen ingredients, essential oils, or just a few drops, do not experiment on your cat. Ask a vet first. Trap number 4 is the bargain marketplace box that might be expired, counterfeit, or stored badly. Flea treatments can be expensive, so people hunt for deals. That makes sense. But with pet medication, the cheapest listing is not always the safest route. If a product is expired, damaged, improperly stored, or counterfeit, you may not get reliable protection. Worse, you may not know what you are applying. Buying from your veterinarian, a trusted pharmacy, Chewy, major retailers, or the manufacturer's approved channels is boring. But boring is exactly what you want when you are putting medication on your cat. The trap is saving $15 and then spending weeks fighting fleas because the product did not work, or paying for something that looks official but is not. If the packaging looks odd, the price is unbelievably low, the seller is random, or the expiration date is missing, skip it. Fleas are annoying. Mystery chemicals are worse. Trap number 5 is treating only the cat and ignoring the environment. This is where owners lose money again and again. They buy a treatment, the cat improves for a little while, then fleas come back, so they buy another treatment, then another. Then they declare the product useless. Sometimes resistance or product mismatch can happen, but often, the house was never treated as part of the problem. Fleas have a life cycle. Adults on the cat are the visible part. Eggs in immature stages can be in bedding, carpets, furniture, and cracks. If the environment keeps producing fleas, the cat becomes the restaurant that keeps reopening. That means vacuuming matters. Washing bedding matters. Treating all pets in the household with species-appropriate products matters. Following timing matters. If you have multiple animals, every animal needs a safe plan. The untreated pet becomes the flea vacation home. Now, what is worth considering? The first worth discussing option is Revolution Plus. Revolution Plus is a prescription monthly topical for cats that covers fleas and several other parasites, depending on your cat and region. It is often discussed because it is broad spectrum. Fleas, ticks, ear mites, some worms, and heartworm prevention are part of why veterinarians may recommend it. The value is not just killing fleas. The value is having a vet-guided plan that matches parasite risk. If you live in an area where heartworm, ticks, or ear mites are concerns, a broader product may make sense. The warning is that it is not a casual impulse buy. It is prescription. Your cat needs to meet age and weight requirements, and your vet should know your cat's health history. That is not annoying red tape. That is the safety system doing its job. Second option is NexGard Combo. NexGard Combo is another prescription topical for cats with broad parasite coverage. It is designed to address fleas, ticks, heartworm prevention, and several internal parasites. For some households, especially where parasite exposure is more complicated, that can be valuable. Again, the point is not that every cat needs the biggest coverage possible. The point is matching the product to real risk. An indoor-only cat in one area and an indoor-outdoor cat in another area may need different plans. Do not buy broad coverage just because broad sounds stronger. Stronger is not the goal. Appropriate is the goal. Your vet can help decide whether this kind of coverage is useful or unnecessary for your cat. The third option is Brevecto Plus for cats. Brevecto Plus is a prescription topical that can offer longer flea and tick protection than many monthly products, depending on the label and parasite. The appeal is convenience. Fewer applications can mean fewer chances to forget, and forgetting is a very common way flea prevention fails. If you are the kind of person who says, "I will apply this every month," and then the calendar laughs at you, longer duration protection may be worth discussing. The caution is the same. Prescription product, label requirements, vet guidance. Also, longer lasting does not mean set it and forget your cat exists. You still monitor for skin reactions, scratching, parasites, and behavior changes. The fourth option is Advantage 2 for cats. Advantage 2 is an over-the-counter topical flea product for cats. It is focused on fleas, including adult fleas and immature life stages depending on the product label. It can be a practical option for owners who need flea control and do not need broader tick or heartworm coverage from the same product. The value is access. You can buy it without a prescription, and it has been widely used for years. The warning is that over-the-counter does not mean use casually. You still need the correct cat product, correct weight range, correct age, and correct application. And if your cat has health issues, is very young, is pregnant, is nursing, or has had reactions before, ask your vet first. Also remember the environment. Advantage 2 can help with fleas on the cat, but if the house is producing new fleas like a tiny villain factory, you still need a home plan. The fifth option is Frontline Plus for cats. Cheristin, Capstar, or a vet-recommended short-term tool depending on the situation. This is where the exact problem matters. Frontline Plus is an over-the-counter topical for cats that targets fleas and ticks, according to its label. Cheristin is another cat flea topical often used for fast flea killing. Capstar is an oral product that can kill adult fleas quickly, but it is short-acting and does not replace longer-term prevention. These can be useful tools, but they are not all the same. One product may be better for fast relief, another for monthly prevention, another for tick coverage, another for a vet-guided broader plan. The mistake is treating the shelf like a guessing game. If your cat is covered in fleas right now, call your vet and ask what to do today and what to do for the next month. A one-day flea kill and a prevention plan are not the same thing. What about Seresto? Seresto collars for cats are a known option and can provide long-duration flea and tick protection when used correctly, but they have also had public safety controversy and regulatory scrutiny. The EPA has continued registration with additional mitigation and label requirements, but that does not mean every cat is a perfect candidate. So my practical take is this: do not buy a flea collar just because it feels easier. Discuss it with your vet, especially if your cat has sensitive skin, a history of reactions, goes outdoors, lives with other pets, or if you are worried about the reports you have heard. A collar is not automatically bad. It is also not automatically the best answer. Here is the simple ranking by situation. If you want broad vet-guided parasite coverage, ask about Revolution Plus or NexGard combo. If you want longer duration prescription topical protection, ask about Bravecto Plus. If you need accessible flea-only OTC prevention, Advantage 2 may be worth considering. If you need flea and tick OTC coverage, ask whether Frontline Plus fits your cat and your area. If you need quick adult flea knockdown, ask your vet whether Capstar or another short-term tool belongs in the plan. And here is the safety checklist before spending $1. First, confirm it says cats. Not pets, not dogs and cats unless the label clearly includes cats. Cats. Second, confirm weight range and age. Third, do not split doses, do not estimate, do not use leftover tubes from another animal. Fourth, buy from a trustworthy source. Fifth, treat the home and all pets with species-appropriate products, or the fleas will simply move furniture. Sixth, monitor your cat after application. If you see serious irritation, drooling, tremors, weakness, vomiting, seizures, or behavior that scares you, contact a vet or emergency clinic immediately. The most expensive flea treatment is not always the one with the highest price. The most expensive one is the wrong one, the one that does not match your cat, the one that only kills today's fleas while tomorrow's fleas are rehearsing in the carpet, the one that makes you feel safe because the box was pretty. Flea control should be boring. Label, weight, species. Vet guidance, home cleanup, follow-up. Boring saves money. Because the goal is not to buy the strongest looking product on the shelf. The goal is to stop the fleas without turning your cat into an experiment. And if your cat scratches once after treatment, do not panic immediately. Cats scratch. Cats also lick, twitch, stare at walls, and sprint across the house because a dust particle looked at them funny. Watch the full pattern. Follow the product instructions. And when in doubt, call your veterinarian. Fleas are tiny. The bills they create are not.